I'm here Order Your Steps, and my name is Candy, and I'm excited to be able to share with you one of my clients. Her name is Carla, and she wanted to share her story in an interview for me, and I really, really appreciate it. So I want to welcome Carla to our Order Your Steps audience.
Hi.
It is so good that you agreed to chat with me. So it's just going to be a chat.
Okay.
We met like 3 years ago.
Oh God, it's been that long?
It's been 3
You're
years.
telling all of our ages.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And my first question to you is, because I know you referred to another client of mine.
Mm-hmm.
What made you make the phone call?
Well, I was just tired of being in a space of overwhelm. I experienced a lot of tragedy, a lot of loss, a lot of grief, all in one space in a very short period of time. And the rug felt like it was pulled from underneath my feet. Mm-hmm. And so I'm a firm believer that whatever's happening internally will reflect externally. And for me, it began with making me feel like my house was caving in on me. It wasn't reflectant of the state of peace that I wanted to be in because it was so much. And I had to do a lot of purging, and I couldn't do it alone because I didn't create it by myself. So I was very clear that I can't be an island to myself when it comes to releasing those items. So that's where you came in.
That's where I came in. Can you remember our very first visit?
No.
Like I said, it was 3 years ago, right?
From what I can recall, honestly, we did a lot of talking, and it didn't feel like it was a consultation. It didn't feel like it was, how could I say it? It didn't feel like it's corporate. Okay, you have this box here, we're going to put this box in here. It was more, you were interested in who we were and what got us to this place, and so that helped you to streamline different systems to create for me and to help me create that would be best reflected to me as a person, because some people are super anal about one thing and I could be super lax about another, but you were able to fine tune that because you asked questions and you actually sat with me and listened to my story, and we incorporated that into organizing my new life and creating a new story. So.
And you have an amazing new story. I think if we were to reflect back on the 3 years that we've actually spent conversing with one another, has been amazing. But as I shared with you, and I don't know if it was the first visit or shortly thereafter, but you were so spiritually enlightening to me. And it was something that I'd never really experienced before. I knew that the Lord had put me in this place as a ministry, but you fed back to me that was really something that was almost undescribable. I mean, and it's been that way ever since. I mean, it's like every time we come back together, we have that spiritual exchange, and things just happen. Do you kind of get the same?
Well, yeah. I mean, wow, that's a lot you just put on me. We're still taping, right?
Yeah.
No, I believe that it's almost like when you start opening the door to receiving help, that it's a reciprocal. And so in your giving help, you're also going to be receiving. And so just you being here and ordering your personal steps and following your dream and destination that God has for you, it created that. So I would have been boxed in and cluttered if I didn't allow you to come in and help me to expand and make some things new and tweak things. So it's all kind of correlated, whether physically, metaphorically, spiritually. To me, it's all related. So you reflect a mirror to me. So thank you for allowing me to have this chance, because that was 3 years. It was a lot of work.
So how does your journey continue from here? I mean,
oh wow.
We've talked back and forth that
Yes.
it's a continuous journey.
Yes.
And it's not something that, one day I'm going to wake up, I'm going to be all organized and everything's going to be in this place, but there's still a journey that has continued.
Yeah.
What does it feel like for you?
For me, it feels like honoring my authenticity in that moment. So authentically, I have times where I did not finish my laundry completely, and I do have a few things to tweak because I'm also an entrepreneur. and at times a solopreneur. And so it's almost like I have to find places where I can be a bit more gracious with myself, because living is about ebb and flow, and it's going to be a constant, and it's not going to be perfect every time, but as long as it's perfect for me. So I've created this, I guess this mantra, if you will, because of my experience with you, and that the term cleanliness is next to godliness is not only like the part of it that I really take in. I also take the candy part, make it sweet, because when we do things and we're begrudging, or we feel like, oh, it's not perfect, and then we let it, procrastinate and we take the sweetness out of the whole ebb and flow of life. That just as much as you can be immaculate one day, sometimes you can be disheveled, but it's still the same year. So, and it's a lived-in house. So.
Thank you. You finally getting it. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you gave me a perfect lead-in, being an entrepreneur and being sweet. Tell us about Carla Sugar.
Oh, that's so funny.
You like that?
I did. That was great. You got a gold star for that one.
Thank you.
But thank you, Candy. Carla Sugar is pretty much wow, it's been years and years I've been treasuring with this baby. And pretty much I've been a master esthetician for 13 years. 5-star, 5-diamond trained, and had so many ebbs and flows in life. And at one point I didn't believe that I could physically continue to do this business and touch people because of all that I've suffered. But just like anything, if it's a gift that's given to you, you can't give it back. And this past couple years, I've been really trudging through to make Carla Sugar a viable, wonderful business. So basically, my tagline is bringing sweetness to everyday life's ventures. And I conduct sugaring, which is a natural form of hair removal, and customized facials. And so I do a lot of other things, but I wanted to concentrate on those two modalities specifically, because I didn't want to spread myself too thin. I'm not on a piece of bread. So, but thank you so much for this opportunity to share my business as well on a sweet platform, literally.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So how have the two kind of complemented, the change in life and the opening of the doors to Carla Sugar?
For me, when the dust settled, when I actually was able to see the papers I might have been trying to avoid, like death certificates, these are hard things that we deal with and avoid internally, and sometimes it's going to project outwardly. So for me, wow, looking at the fact that I was able to face things that were the most hardest for me and still make it through and see that space, it opened the door for me to say, you know what, I can expand. I am not just a business in the sense of a name in a corporate space. It's who I am. It's a part of me. So as I clear things in my space, I clear things within myself, and that opens doors for new opportunities, new everything, every type of abundance you can think of. So for me, it was every room represented a space in my life. And as I got through each one and recreated it to where it reflects who I am today, and having that space clear, it clears the path for God to bless you. So we make it complex, but it's pretty simple. But it was hard. 3 years. Felt like 3 years a slave.
So, any parting words for our audience, besides including how they can get in contact with Carla Sugar and utilize your services as well?
Well, thank you.
Because I think you have a lot to share, not only from a physical, as far as the facials and whatever, but your spirit is something that I think is something that the Lord has given you to draw people, especially women, as you use your hand and your touch and your spirit. So how do they reach you?
Wow. And
what are some of the other parting words you may have for our audience today?
Oh, thank you. Right now, my website is Carla Sugar, and that's CarlaSSUgar at gmail.com to email me, and .com website. It's still actually being built right now as we speak. I also wanted to mention, I want to say thank you to you just for opening up yourself to assist me during this process. and I didn't realize how long it's been. That means it was all fun.
Yes, of course. Let everyone know that it's not as
difficult.
daunting as people think.
I guess the difficult part for me was just looking at how hard. Really, you want to join me in this conversation? It's my cat, y'all. She's making a debut. Just making it difficult by looking at how much we have to do versus what we can do, and biting off at one piece at a time, not necessarily, overwhelming myself. So thank you for that. I also wanted to say that this experience is not just about, oh, let's organize your space and keep it clean, because anyone can come in and do that. But you've left an indelible mark on me, and it has helped me to remind myself that no matter where I am, I'm exactly where I need to be. And no one but me and God will understand my path. So in the part of me wanting to open up my space to be different and more organized and structured, it's just me reflecting of how much more I'm wanting to elevate my temple, which God says we're responsible for. So I thank you for that platform. I thank you for that trust, that love, and the intuitive gift you have to listen to your clients and hear what is truly the underlying need, and assessing that, and also allowing them to be in the process. It's a tandem effort, and you didn't just do it, say you got to keep it like this. No, you say you got to do it. And this is my suggestion, So that was great, because now I feel that this is a part of my process, and I can maintain that, especially with a growing 13-year-old daughter. Help me pray. So pretty much I thank you so much for all of that, and thank you for sharing your platform so that I can grow mine. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for agreeing to appear on Order Your Steps, and we're very grateful, and our relationship continues, and I think that's what's so important to me as not only a business owner, but as a minister. I've really appreciated this experience, and I know that will continue. And before I forget, I understand you have a special event coming up on tomorrow. Is that still on?
Goodness. So far it's on. I'll be speaking at the Women's Unity March in Annapolis. It's to represent women who are veterans like myself, women of colors. We're having a diverse background from what I understand, but just giving a voice to those who don't have a voice and wouldn't be able to normally speak amongst the crowd. So, oh my God, yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I see so many doors opening, just so many doors opening for you.
Thank you.
And they've always been opening.
Mm.
And also acknowledging the fact that there are doors that have been closed,
yes,
that may have come as a little surprise as you move forward in the Lord. But He opens as well as He closes, and all the doors that are open to you are just amazing. I just see so many amazing things in your future. Again, I thank you so much for agreeing to chat with us on today, and we look forward to a continued friendship as we move forward. And thank you again.
Thank you.